in the Miracle Month groups that I run, I always talk about finding healthy distractions from grief, like running
Hmm.
or biking or crafting or anything. What was something that you turned to that really worked for you?
I think you nailed it. It was working out. I would have these panic attacks in the middle of the night. I had them when he was sick, and I had them when I was freshly widowed, where it was just like this pure panic and disbelief. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but it's like borderline, do I call 911? Am I dying? Or is this a panic attack? And so I one night was like, the only reason my heart should be racing like this is if I were running. And so I went out into the
Mm,
garage and got on our elliptical trainer. Well, 6 months of that, the elliptical trainer broke. And I
mm.
went up and I joined Planet Fitness because that was the closest gym to my house. And I'm literally in the parking lot at 4:30 in the morning waiting for them to open at 5 a.m. Like, I'm like, hurry up, come
Wow.
on, come on. I need to get over there. That was my idea of self-soothing. I don't know how healthy that is. Like, I'm having a panic attack and my heart is racing, and I think the right thing to do is run.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wanted to outrun the emotions that I had. But I also had to relearn how to sleep. Like, sleep is so super important. And that was something that was lacking in my life for at least 2.5 years, the caregiving. Um, And I really found like if I exhausted myself during the day, then maybe I'd sleep better at night. And I wanted to give it a good try. And, I think we all know that healthy choices that we could make, but I did not take medications. Um, After his funeral, I had like 30 bottles of wine that were left unopened. And I'm like, oh
Mm.
my gosh, I'm not an alcoholic, but I could become one. So everywhere people invited me out, I took a bottle of wine. Like, I'm like, here,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, get this out of my house. So just trying to make healthy choices like that. And the alcohol I was super aware of because I knew anytime I had even just one glass of red wine, I'd wake up 3 or 4 hours later with a headache. So I knew that wasn't going to lend to healthy sleep. And my biggest thing was I need to sleep well. I haven't slept well in years. This has probably taken
Yeah.
years off of my life, you know.
Yes. When did that finally start getting better for you?
Ooh, great question. I don't even know. Probably in year 4. I mean,
Year four. Yeah.
yeah, it took a lot. I mean, I had a really wonderful grief therapist that I still meet with. Here I am 10 years later. I meet with him every other week. And he turned me on to EMDR. Um, we talk about it that I have clinical anxiety and I definitely had post-traumatic stress disorder. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what our household looked like, and it's hard for me to say what our household looked like wasn't normal, right? It's not normal to go to the state wrestling championship and show up in a hotel lobby with a Hoyer lift and a bath chair. And we literally would roll up, we'd deflate his rotating bed. My son pole vaulted too. So in pole vaulting season, my husband looked like a modern day jouster. He's
Yeah.
got this big, huge wheelchair with the pole, you know.
Yeah.
So, so yeah,
It's
I would say it probably was a good 4 years, and I do attribute a lot of it to EMDR, and then speed up later on, probably in year 6 or 7. I did neurofeedback, so where you have the nodes in
okay.
LinkedIn and listening to different sounds. That can be very therapeutic as well. So a lot of this stuff is kind of cutting edge that's just coming out, mainly from studying soldiers returning from war, of service, with the post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay. Can
So
you elaborate on that last one a little bit? Because I have talked about EMDR before, but not the one that you just mentioned with the nodes on your head. What is that?
I can't speak to it really well. It helps retrain the pathways in your brain, and
Wow.
it's
Okay.
called neurofeedback. And it has I think 5 years ago, people would have laughed if you talked about it. They would have thought
Okay.
you are absolutely crazy. And there is scientific evidence that it works and it is true and it is real. I
Wow.
started meditating, I want to say, in 2015 as well. And I find that to be very magical and soothing. It's very
Hmm.
challenging, but they always say there's no bad meditation. So I keep doing it. I keep going back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I'll have to look that one up. I haven't really
Yeah,
heard
I'm
too much about
sorry.
that
Yeah, I'll
one.
definitely. give you some more information about it. I can
Yeah.
talk to the doctor that I saw and say, give me 2 sentences or 3 sentences.
Yes.
So even to this day, I still find it like I know that it's kind of out there, but I felt like it helped me get more familiar with sleep and how I
Mm,
work, like getting my brain more optimal.
yes.
Part of it is time, as you know, like 4 years before I slept well, 6 years, I'm still doing neurofeedback. When I did neurofeedback, I can tell you the day that I would go once a week and the day that I did neurofeedback, those were the best nights of sleep that I had were
Oh,
the times
wow.
afterwards. Yep.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right. Good to know. Good to know.